Linda's Pantry. So today I've got a really light and simple recipe for you for these shrimp that I'm gonna do. I truly hope it brings you along for a great recipe and different technique idea. I've done this before and it's just so delicious, and it really is a big hit whether you have company or you just serve it to your husband. Anyways, we're gonna do these shrimp on the grill with some linguiça stuffed inside them. You'll see how I do that. If it inspires you to stay with me, maybe hit that like button. Go over to my Facebook page. I'll leave that link in the show more box below, right alongside my Wild Tree website. And I'm using Wild Tree tonight, but I don't want you to get discouraged and think you can't swap out stuff for whatever you have in your pantry, or you can certainly go over and shop for those products, but that just happens to be what I use in my pantry. So let's go make these absolutely beautiful grilled shrimp that have linguiça stuffed inside them, and on a bed of greens out of the garden with some fresh farmer's market cantaloupe. Come on, let's go make dinner. Ooh, and the tomato. Just wait to see what I do with that. Come on. All right, guys, I'm glad you stayed for this because it's super easy, it's delicious, and your guests are gonna love it. So what I have here is 2 pounds of peeled and deveined, I think these are 16-20, yeah, 16-20 count shrimp, and wash those, peeled and deveined them. And then I've got some linguiça sausage, which is fully cooked, so I don't have to worry about that. But I'm taking, and this is, you know, you do what you want to do. I start at the fat end of the shrimp when I'm actually kind of stuffing them on a kebab. I leave that other end open, and we're gonna grill these. These are about a little less than 1/2 inch thick. We want about the same thickness as the shrimp. Be careful not to skewer your finger. Just as that end of that skewer comes through, then I'm gonna pull this tail around. And smaller shrimp, what you could do if you had smaller shrimp or prawns, you could take and cut the linguiça. So I've got these all skewered, and I wanted to let you know, okay, so the girls said they didn't want quite as much of the linguiça, so these are for the guys. These skewers have 1/2 piece of linguiça in there, or if you were gonna do chorizo, you could do any kind of sausage though that you like. I've also wanted to show you, I do these as hors d'oeuvres, so you can have just one on a toothpick. Make sure if you're using bamboo skewers or toothpicks, you soak them first so they don't burn on the grill. And then I will say they're a little bit easier to get on the skewers with the 1/2 pieces, and I think that's plenty. It's just really impressive to see that on your plate. So we want to impress the guys. All right, so I've got Wild Tree's jalapeno pepper, grapeseed oil that I'm going to drizzle down over, and really you don't need a lot, but what this is going to do, first off, grapeseed oil will keep your food from sticking to the grill. If you brush your grill with it, it will slide around like a boneless, skinless chicken breast will slide if it's good grapeseed oil. You have to really know that your seed oils have been expeller pressed, and that, you know, they haven't been chemically pressed. So, all right, now that I've got that all brushed, then I've got my Java rub here, and this is also from Wild Tree. You could do your own rub. I just like that little bit of coffee, espresso, and the peppers, and I think it's going to complement everything that's in here. And I'm really going light on this dusting. I don't need them over the top spiced because I really want the flavor of the shrimp and this linguiça to come through. So just a light dusting, and there you go. That one is done. And maybe a little crack of that Himalayan pink salt, just really, really light. That's it. Now I'm gonna go throw this on the grill on a really high temperature, and sear these
All
off
right,
really
so
fast. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this tomato. I bought this at Farmer's Market Saturday when I was there, actually yesterday. And these were so good last week that, I mean, look how beautiful and red. These are delicious. No pesticides, no nothing on this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this tomato directly in half. And you don't necessarily have to stem that, take that stem end off, but I'm going to because I want a little char on it. I'm also going to take just a small smidge, if my knife, there you go, will go through just to give it some place to seat on this end. And now I've got these two pieces that are beautiful. And I do tomatoes like this a couple of different ways. So I'm going to show you one way and I'll bring you back when I'm showing you a new way later on. And what you can do is take and kind of squeeze some of these seeds out. So you've got some place for your stuff to go, but I think it'll be fine. Just let some of that juice out. And I've got Wild Tree's European dipping oil, and this is the Mediterranean balsamic. And when we have this out for tasting at Farmer's Market, it is gone. We sell out almost every time. So they use a really high quality balsamic in this, and I like to shake it up a couple. I don't want it to settle because I want some of all that herbage and the balsamic. And then how I'm going to do this is I'm going to put a layer of fresh basil that I just cut out of my garden. That's beautiful. It's out of that one barrel where the basil is just doing probably as good or better than I've ever had basil do in my garden. Usually I get it and it's either too hot or it just doesn't do well. And then I've got a slice of fresh mozzarella that I'm going to put right there on top, and we're going to grill these with the shrimp. And then I'm going to keep this remainder of the basil aside for garnish. So, and then we're going to have a bed of baby greens and call it good. So let's go get to grilling. Doesn't that look pretty? Mm. Okay guys, my Traeger is up to 425. I'm going to go ahead and put these shrimp down, and you're just going to lay them in there. So you can turn them easily. Hear that sear? Shrimp go really, really fast. On at the same time. That was pretty. Very pretty. And we're going to put these kind of off-centered here, or off to the side. See, as you can see, this little Traeger, you can put a lot of food on there, and it's going to be delicious, and it really is going to take no time. We kind of changed our mind on having any kind of starch with this. We're going to have some really, really fresh cantaloupe, the tomatoes, and the shrimp kebabs, and there you go. I'm going to close it up, so I'll bring you back when I'm taking them off. Just probably. Because we might need a little bit of dressing, we're going to go ahead and top that off with our balsamic oil. This is grapeseed oil, and there you go. You have your dressing, you have your grilled, smoked tomato. All right, guys, this is what I've got. This is the end result. I have this beautiful plate. I have cantaloupe, I have kebab of the shrimp with the linguiça and the java rub and jalapeno oil. And I did a hot sear and then a smoke and then a hot sear. So the shrimp are absolutely perfectly tender and succulent and didn't get hard, hard and rubbery. They're not overcooked. So what I want to do is I'm going to give you a taste test. I've got my tomato here. This is my grilled tomato. We're going to try that one first. I've got the fresh mozzarella, my balsamic dipping oil, some fresh greens out of the garden. How about we try that? That was fabulous. absolutely wonderful. Oh, you can taste everything. The tomato's so fresh and the basil is absolutely wonderful. Here's a cantaloupe from Farmer's Market. And then I'm gonna, only because of, you know, presentation, that whole shrimp and that piece of linguiça is going in. And you are going to be amazed at how delicious this is. You can change this out any way you want, but it's beautiful. Those prawns have butterflied and they're gorgeous. Let me take a bite. I mean, the whole thing. Wow. The spices from the rub and the linguiça. If you used a harder chorizo, same thing. You would get that spicy bite. It is so fabulous. I can't even tell you how wonderful this is to have on the grill and just to make a light summer dinner. And you can do without the carbs. There's no, you know, no pasta, no rice in here. It's absolutely wonderful. I hope it inspires you to come back. I hope if you like this, you give me a thumbs up. If you really like it, go post it on your Facebook page and share it with somebody else, because this was a winner for sure. This dinner was absolutely a favorite for the summertime. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. God bless.